Hi guys, welcome to my new channel, Dana of the Dead. Here I'm going to be primarily reviewing horror movies, whether it be upcoming, old, new, even series on Netflix, Hulu, what have you. Specifically today, I'm going to be reviewing Bob's Burgers Halloween episode. So I'm going to be ranking my least favorite to my favorite of all of the Bob's Burgers Halloween episodes to date. All right, let's get right into it. All right, so starting off with my least favorite would actually have to be the most recent Halloween episode that they put out, Apple Gorchard, but not gory. Basically, this episode focuses on Luis going on a field trip with Bob. Meanwhile, Linda is trying to help Jean and Tina win a costume contest. Um, The reason I ranked this one so low is because honestly, it was just very boring to me. It didn't really have a lot of spooky aspects. There wasn't any trick-or-treating involved, which obviously they're kids and that's like something I want to see. Um, yeah. Okay, so the next one on my list has to be Teen a Witch. This episode focuses on Tina trying to win a costume contest via witchcraft. Um, I just don't really care for this episode that much. Um, Meanwhile, Bob's pumpkins that he keeps carving keep getting stolen. I would say that Mr. Ambrose, being in any episode, he's a very underrated character. He helps out the episode a little bit, but it's just kind of lacking, and I don't know. I will say, however, at the end, the pumpkin display that Mr. Fish Odor puts on is pretty dope. And then next on my list is the episode titled Tina and the Real Ghost. I'm starting to see a pattern that I don't really like episodes that primarily focus on one Belcher child at a time. And although Tina used to be my favorite and I adore her, Louise has become my favorite. Um, that being said, basically, Bob calls an exterminator to the restaurant because they have a bug issue. This exterminator says the basement's haunted. So Linda and the kids do a like seance in the basement, which I actually think is really cute. Um, and they end up trapping this ghost in a box and naming him Jeff. And then Tina ends up like becoming Jeff's girlfriend. And at the end of the episode, they go to a cemetery. It's an okay episode. It's just like, I don't know. It's whatever. Next on my ranking is the episode Fortnite. Now, I would say the main reason I don't have this ranked higher is because Millie is a main character in this episode and I cannot stand her. So basically, the kids get trapped in this fort. Um, Meanwhile, Linda and Bob are making this costume and are wondering where the kids went. It's a creative take, I'll give them that, but I just, honest to God, would rather watch the kids go trick-or-treating. And they're basically trapped in this little fort under a truck where they almost die. It's all right, I'll watch it. So the next one on my list, I feel like I might actually get some hate for. It's The Haunting. And when this originally came out, I feel like I liked it more than the more I watched it, I liked it less. The idea behind the episode is Bob and Linda want to scare Louise because she's hard to scare, like myself. And they designed this haunted house in a neighborhood, which is really cute. Like, I really like the general vibe of it. However, what I can't forgive in this episode, and it's probably very nitpicky of myself, is Linda and Bob like trying to be scary. I know it's supposed to be cheesy, but I can't forgive the corniness of it. Like it just is like Linda, I want to freaking strangle her in this episode. She just annoys me. Like she looks like an idiot and I want to slap her in the face. Um, but I like the old guy with the scissors and it's a good concept. It's not the lowest on my list. I just feel like if the parents weren't so annoying, I'd probably like it more, but I'll still watch it. Like I have seen all of these Halloween episodes at least 5 times each, and that's lowballing. So number 6 on my list is the pumpkining. I actually adore this episode, which is kind of surprising because anytime Gail is around, I get a little irritated because her voice is like nails on a chalkboard and her character is just like agonizing. But anyway, so Linda and Gail both get these mysterious letters about a pumpkin contest from high school from 27 years ago, where they had, slightly intentionally smashed these pumpkins, ruining the contest. And now they have to return to their hometown to figure out who's sending the letters and um I really like the mysterious aspect of the episode, trying to figure out what's going on. And it has spooky vibes to it. It's really cute to see flashbacks of them as they were younger. So I definitely adore this episode. So on to my top 5. I have Pig Trouble in Little Tina. Now, I think this episode is absolutely brilliant, but it is my least watched. And hear me out. You're probably going to judge me a little, but I love pigs. They are my favorite animal. I don't eat them. That's how much I love them. And so basically, let's just get to it. So Tina has to dissect a fetal pig at school, and this fetal pig, she makes fun of it to be cool to the other kids, and it ends up becoming like a Nightmare on Elm Street type scenario where the pig that she dissects starts to haunt her dreams. So the pig with its guts like pouring out honestly, it just makes me really upset. And I can handle gore, trust me. But no, it just throws me off. Like I wish they were dissecting a different animal because it could probably be my number one episode. But I'm just a baby like that, so whatever. But basically, there's also a hayride going on that Tina gets invited to, and she wants to kiss Jimmy Jr. and it's really cute. So the hayride aspect is absolutely adorable. I love the little skeletons and the way it's set up. And so Luis and Jean try to help Tina in her dream to like get this pig trapped, do some ritual, get rid of it so we could stop haunting her. Um, the whole episode's just really well made, and I love the ending song. It's always good when they have an actual like good song at the end. It's like a Fiona Apple song, and it's funny. It's just a really good episode. I just wish the pig wasn't so creepy. So number 4 on my list is A Nightmare on Ocean Avenue. This episode is awesome. Basically, they shut down Ocean Ave where Bob's Burgers restaurant is located, and the kids are all trick-or-treating there, and kids from school and all that. Meanwhile, Teddy, he has a main plot in this episode, and anytime Teddy is in an episode, I like primarily I love his character. It's hilarious. He's so funny. So he's basically competing with the handyman next door on who has better decorations, and it's very entertaining. And um, so meanwhile, the kids are trick-or-treating, and there's like someone that keeps dressing in different costumes to steal the candy. And so Luis and the kids end up going to this haunted house on the pier, and they catch who it is and they get their candy back, and it's just a great episode. And also regular size Rudy dressed as Paul Rudd and I Love You Man. Does it get any funnier than that? All right, so we are on to top 3 Bob's Burgers Halloween episodes. And for number three, I have Full Bars. This was actually the first holiday themed episode Bob's Burgers ever put out. When I first watched it, I was in love and I watched it so many times to this day. I could say probably I don't even want to tell you how many times because it's honestly embarrassing how much I watch this show. But anyway, so this episode focuses on the kids, trick-or-treating in their town, and it's kind of like lackluster. So they decide to go to King's Head Island. And so they travel on a ferry over to King's Head Island to get full-size candy bars. They run into some kids that they befriend. And meanwhile, Linda and Bob are at Teddy's house for like a black and orange themed party, where someone ends up killing Teddy's guinea pig, Francis, and then Teddy's on a hunt to figure out who it is. It's like a murder mystery with a guinea pig, and it's funny. It's very funny. And so the kids are at King's Head Island, and there's a thing called Hell Hunt that the older, like seniors do, the seniors in high school, and they kind of get wrapped up in trying to help the kids that actually live there because they're getting pee balloons thrown at them, and it's just like such a great episode. It's just awesome to see them actually trick or treating. Like that's Halloween. Hello. We have my top two. Number two for me is Heartbreak Hotelloween. I have watched this a lot of times. Um, so basically, this episode focuses on the kids are about to go trick or treating, but Bob takes a to go order for the hotel down the street. So, the kids decide to go deliver it. Meanwhile, Louise is out for revenge because this one house she trick or treated at owes her like two or three times the amount of candy. Um, Whatever. So they go to this hotel, and there's this creepy, like Stevie Nicks old lady doing witchcraft in a hotel room, and they all get freaked out and run away. And then the kids end up becoming intrigued, and it becomes a mystery as well because the old lady is trying to figure out or trying to make contact with her husband who had died way back at a Halloween party at the same hotel. And Tina is trying to figure out if the husband had actually cheated or not. So it's just a really like, I just love the vibe of the episode, and it's different. And yeah, there's not like trick or treating per se, but it's just an awesome episode. And Bob and Linda and Teddy go to a vampire themed bloodmobile to give blood. And Bob's like so afraid of needles. He's such a baby. Well, I think he's afraid of blood actually. But anyway, yeah, so that's my number two. And we are on to number one. My number one favorite Bob's Burgers Halloween episode is The Wolf of Wharf Street. So this episode is A plus plus. Basically, there's a wolf potentially terrorizing the community. There's a missing alpaca. Bob is high on pain pills. Teddy is dressed as a sexy nurse. And Linda is taking the kids out on a very foggy night. And the vibe is amazing. Like the whole setting, it's just so cozy. I use this episode to fall asleep quite often. And basically, Teddy is babysitting Bob because he gets all whacked out on pain pills and paranoid. And Bob ends up thinking Teddy's a werewolf because he's all high. And the kids are out with Linda in the middle of the woods trying to find this wolf. And there is not trick or treating because, the news and the town advise the kids not to trick or treat, but they are out and doing some spooky stuff. And it's just like such a phenomenal episode. I love it so much. I watch it all the time. So, yes, that is all of the Bob's Burgers Halloween episodes ranked from my least favorite to my favorite, although I still love all of them. Um, if you would like, comment below. Tell me what you think of my ranking and maybe give me your ranking as well, or agreements, disagreements, and feel free to like and subscribe because I will be doing more videos coming very soon. My next one's most likely going to be an actual horror movie review. I just haven't really decided which one yet. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. All right, bye guys.